Hello, good afternoon, guys. So, have you ever had an instance in your life when you suddenly stop from whatever you're doing and ask yourself, what am I doing? Can I live like this for the rest of my life? Because I did. I was working as a quality control supervisor in a restaurant when I suddenly had a totally crazy moment in front of the gate of my workplace, staring at nothing, and was feeling miserable while the rest of the workers were staring at me as if I had gone. It didn't belong there. Or it's probably the millennial in me. Without so much thinking, I quit my job as a supervisor and enrolled myself in a basic Nihongo course in MPD. Months later, I went to apply in an English school for Japanese and Korean students. My experience in teaching was fulfilling, and I never looked back or thought about going back to my former job because I knew I found my place. So there I was enjoying teaching. Although I impressed my students in teaching, I felt like I didn't really help them at all. And to make matters worse, probably because of my background in science, I always pushed my students to study concepts and theories. And so because of that, I felt like I was ineffective. I decided to enroll for a master's degree. Even though my education in my master's was very useful, I think I got more confused because it wasn't really tailored for teaching students of different levels. So there I was, confused, and I was hoping for a bright light to come my way. I'm glad a ray of hope came one day. I think I would be forever confused had I not taken TESOL at Pacesetters Institute. Through this training, it was made clear to me how teaching could be fun and easy. At first, I couldn't imagine we could take up strategies and methods in 5 days only. I was like, this is so unfair. I took this for 2 years. Another great learning that I got from my TESOL training at Pacesetters Institute would be the 7 laws of the teacher, which made me understand the very essence of being a teacher. I believe that it is the missing point why I felt like I was never enough as a teacher. Now I understand that as a teacher, I need to make my students know what I know, feel what I feel, and do what I do. This paradigm shift of mindset changed my teaching style and the lives of my students, particularly during the practicum, where 2 of my Indonesian students cried because they were touched with the values integration added in our lesson. Our practicum was such an amazing experience. And this TESOL experience was, of course, very, very memorable in my life, especially meeting these guys that I know will be part of my life forever. So to end, to be a teacher, I am given a very powerful role in the lives of my students. This huge responsibility only means that I need to be equipped with appropriate tools and values, and that is where TESOL, specifically at Pacesetters Institute, teaches it effectively for their trainees, where I am a fulfilled recipient. Now, I can confidently say that I am the best teachers my students will ever have. Thank you, Pacesetters Institute, and to our coach, Ma'am Jan Medina. And again, I would end this speech by saying this excerpt from a speech in TED Talk. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understand the power of connection and insist they become the best they can possibly be. And I believe with our TESOL training experience at Pacesetters Institute, we can be the champions for our students.